Today we are going to test our luck. This champion has evaded me more than once, so we're going to try to see if we can potentially pull him. I, of course, am talking about Mr. Cheshire Cat. I have tried to get this champion, and I figured this is the perfect account to actually try to grab him on, because it is my Cece Raids account, the one that already does have Queen of Hearts. I've got Alice. I may as well try to complete that collection slowly but surely, make my way down through, and honestly, he's a great champion to try to get. So with Cheshire Cat, first skill attacks an enemy, and if that champion is under a veil or perfect veil, attacks all enemies instead, which is great because we're seeing a lot more of that perfect veil and the veil popping up. It also places a perfect veil buff on this champion for a turn, which, as I said, we love. Also attacks an enemy 3 times with the second skill. Each hit will decrease the enemy speed by 1, which is going to stack. It does not work against bosses, which is valid, but it also increases this champion's speed by 1. If the skill kills an enemy, it's going to place a perfect veil buff on this champion and the ally with the lowest turn meter for 2 turns. Sharing that love with the perfect veil. Third skill attacks all enemies before attacking, places a perfect veil buff and 50% increase attack buff on this champion for 2 turns. Grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy, so we're getting some extra turns in there. Also has this passive, which is passive and active effect. Passive effect, if this champ is under that veil or perfect veil, turn meter fill effects are 30% more effective. If this champion is under that buff, his attacks will also ignore 15% of the target's defense and inflict 15% more damage. We love seeing more damage coming out of a champion. Active effect, whenever this champion is about to receive a hit that would drop their HP below 50%, blocks the incoming damage and places a block damage and perfect veil buff on this champion for a turn. So essentially, we're seeing a lot of perfect veil on him. His aura increases ally speed in all battles by 19%. Now, there are a lot of other great champions in here that have a lot of potential. They are all attack types, but I think this is the one that's going to work the best for this account. In terms of looking at the other champions, not even a question, honestly, you guys. It's going to be Geomancer on this account because he is so good. He is a champion that honestly, if I had 5 accounts, I would want him for all 5 accounts. So that is an easy choice. These are the champs I'm going to be going with today. Now, I do have 80 ancient shards, so I feel like we have a decent enough chance to at least get Geomancer. As for the legendary, I don't know, you guys. Progressives and legendaries doesn't go hand in hand for me. It doesn't typically happen. So maybe this will change things around and we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna... okay. I was gonna say, we're gonna start this times 10. If we're not seeing any epics, I might do some single pulls in here. But I actually got 1 epic who I didn't have. You know what this, like, just the face alone makes me think of? Just the, not even necessarily the bot, although the wings too. But The Last of Us is all I think of with that face. Now, first skill, attacks an enemy, 40% chance of a leech debuff for 2 turns. Attacks all enemies, 50% chance of placing 50% decrease attack buff for 2 turns. Third skill places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns and continuous heal buff on all allies. Passive removes 1 random buff from this champion at the start of each turn, so it will remove stun, sleep, freeze, fear, true fear, provoke, pet, and debuffs. Oh, interesting. There's potential with this champion, you guys. This might be one that we'll see. I might look through them after, but kind of doing a quick once over at the skills. Honestly, one that I don't have. No way that we pulled Cheshire Cat, but you guys... And then it's telling me, hey, your steps closer to getting him. Like, no, I just got him. But you guys, we actually got him. I don't think this counts as a progressive. I don't think this counts as me actually hitting the progressive. But you guys, we got Cheshire Cat. Let's go. I'm super, super excited to build this champion. So make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be doing a video with him and actually showing him off a little bit. But like, come on. They're like, hey, you can increase that. Oh my goodness. All right, well, we don't need him anymore now. So a few other options in here. I'm going to place this champ because I actually did try to get this champion on my other account and didn't happen. So we're going to put him in because obviously we don't need Cheshire Cat now. So that is still super duper exciting. Can't believe we actually pulled him, you guys. Okay, I just need Geomancer next and we're good. Or maybe we can actually hit this. Maybe we get 2 legendaries, you know? Maybe. Hey, this is also a champion who I recently pulled, not on this account, which is great. Actually pretty good champion. So from what I was looking at in terms of just kind of like ratings, people were saying Sand Devil. So do you have her? Is this the consensus we're thinking? Honestly, pretty exciting though, because great champion. I'm gonna do just like 1 set of the single pulls and then maybe we'll go back to the times 10 and see. I don't know what feels like it provides like more luck or is like luckier. doesn't really exist. It's a really lucky year, but I'm just so excited we actually got Cheshire Cat. I can't believe that I got him on like his progressive, but not from the progressive, you know? But super stoked, and it just works out because as I said, this account's got cards. Of course, we have Alice. Didn't get Mad Hatter, but you know, that's okay. That's fine. Maybe in the future, who knows? So I was trying to decide like, oh, if I should pull during this time, if I should just hang on to my shards. And genuinely, you guys, I'm so excited. I did end up pulling. I'm curious though, did you guys pull yours? Do you typically pull for progressive? When do you feel like is the right time for yourself to actually do pulls? For myself, like progressive, not normally. I don't normally this time. So I'm glad that it doesn't feel like I've like almost like wasted it and been like, I shouldn't have pulled my shards. I should have hung them. But it's always like that. It's always either like, oh, I should have pulled or oh, I shouldn't. So hindsight is always 20/20. I think is how the saying goes. So yeah, the single pulls, that was not it. So we'll go back to the times 20 chance. We'll see. We're getting a step closer, at least to the epic as well. So, oh, so many. Okay. Lady Atessa. What do you do? Attacks an enemy 40% placing a block of buff. Can't talk anymore. Attacks an enemy with a chance of placing a stun. Attacks an enemy with 2 random allies. Damage inflicted by this champion and any allies joining will be increased by 20% if they're under fear. True fear freeze. I don't know. I don't know if that's a champion that I would build or one that I'm genuinely like super excited. I don't know. I don't know if she does enough reading her kit and her skills. Oh, let's see. Attacks 1 enemy, 40% chance of block buff. Seeing that a lot with these champions. Attacks 3 times at random. Okay, each hit has a 75% chance of placing a weakened debuff. I do like that. And removes all increased defense buff from all enemies. Then attacks all enemies. Decreases the cooldown of Lair by a turn for each enemy killed by this skill. Okay. Okay, we're at times 25 now. We have to be getting Geomancer next in these last 20 shards. Fingers are crossed here. No? No, it's not. It's who are you? You're supposed to. It's a weird looking Geomancer. Actually have her on this account though. My last times 10 pull. Okay. I mean, if nothing else, we're getting Cheshire Cat, but still. Who are you? That's not Geomancer, you guys. We didn't get him? That's crazy. No shot. Attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Each critical hit fills his champ turn meter. So he's gotta be on high crit. Attacks all enemies. Each critical hit boosts his turn meter. Are we buffing? Okay. No, I thought it was gonna be a self. Okay, each critical hit heals his champion by. So it has to be tons of crit on him, considering that's what his skills are based off. But I can't believe we didn't get him. But I am super excited that we did actually end up at least pulling. Where are you at? Mr. Cheshire Cat. If you download Raid Shadow Legends using my link, I'm actually going to start you off with the free legendary champion on day 1. And then at level 10, level 20, and level 30, you'll get yourself an epic. That is 4 amazing champions that you can get just by downloading using my link. And don't forget that if you are a new player and you've downloaded using my link, first thing you want to do, enter a new player code. You can actually enter the code MONKEYKING, and that will get you Sun Wukong. And the fact that he's in here in this roster shows you how good of a champion he is. These shard pulls did not go as I expected. I want you guys to comment down below and let me know. Have you ever had a legendary in the progressive and actually pulled them before you got there? Because that was wild. Make sure that you also subscribe so that you're able to see when I do build Mr. Cheshire Cat. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.